Somebody really needs to analyze his obsession with Destiny. It is really remarkable. Oh, I want to tell you guys a story. Again, since our friendship was a farce, according to Hassan, when he came in here for the first show, he immediately said to me and everybody, you guys can say you don't remember it or say nothing. He says, avoid Destiny. He's the worst person alive. Don't talk about Destiny. Don't think about Destiny.
Oh, I'm so glad he's saying this. I'm watching Ethan.
You'd probably be able to find it easily. It was like like you did the cutie, Ethan. And people were liking that tweet. And I'm like, so I tweeted out, well, just pull it up. It has all the receipts, yeah.
I know which, I hated that one. That one was
so, and it doesn't matter how dumb it is and how obviously wrong it is, people like it. It's just, it's really something. Like I've never seen anything like this on the internet.
And I generally feel that Cutie should just be out of the conversation just in general now. Just because she's been quiet and just kind of chilled the entire time. She keeps being brought up.
Yeah,
and
why?
Like,
it's
she
so
doesn't want to deal with this. Even her own boyfriend brings her up.
Well,
it's
so
like,
cynical. And also she's like putting this label of like rape on her.
It was so disgusting.
What? That's not
Just
even...
to insinuate that, it's gross.
So anyway, here's once again Hassan's strongest warriors. A lot of these people have like the Hassan simp emoji, you know.
Sorry, Ethan said I need to be writing notes to him today for his show. He's trying to make sure he's got all his stuff out.
No, I don't need that. I just wanted to see that one, the story. So we have a Hassan video to review, and then we have a Denims video to review. And you guys know my policy on this. Like, I can't let this stuff fester. You got to get on top of it, even if nobody's listening, and they don't care. They literally don't care, but at least you guys, and there's enough people that watch and listen that like it's important to say, not to let people say whatever they want about you on the internet. I learned that.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way through lots of experience, and that's my policy.
You would much rather spend your time going after someone who is actually considering genuinely going to Gaza.
Oh, come on. He's considering going to Gaza. Is that really
Oh, wait. Was that?
He's considering
much.
Wait, does anybody have that tweet? This was one of the... This was probably one of the most pathetic things I've ever seen in my entire life. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It might have been an older tweet. The one where it was like, Hassan is giving them the clothes off his back. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
I feel bad I didn't get you pants. You want this jacket?
You've given me enough already.
No. Here you go.
Oh, that is so generous. You're gonna make me cry.
No. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. And everybody
like,
just love.
Legitimately, you have Hassan giving the clothes off his back. The clothes off his back. He's like, you could have this because I don't like. And you have Ethan screaming about how Hassan loves terrorism. Come on, bro. Come on. It's, you cannot craft a more insane, like, narrative.
I feel bad I didn't get you pants. You want this jacket?
You've given me enough already.
No. Here you go.
Oh, that is so generous. You're gonna make me cry.
No. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. And everybody
Like,
just love.
legitimately.
Oh my god, I hate PDFs. There must have been some other file format. Is the PDF format proprietarily like owned by Adobe? Or is it just one that Adobe engages with more than anybody else? You just need an LLM for it? That's the dude that said we'd have socialism if someone would just kill you, right? Correct. I'm the only one blocking socialism, according to this guy.
Completely fabricated. And he's at the point where he's just like, oh yeah, as you all know, he's best friends with Destiny.
Reasons. And they used to regularly point.
I don't think our community's opinion has changed about Destiny. I don't think it's changed about Destiny at all. I think it's the same as it was then. Maybe even worse, considering what happened recently. Probably even worse, actually.
Now that Destiny's Destiny's community is like actively brigading it.
And yours isn't.
And now they love it.
Somebody really needs to analyze his obsession with Destiny. It is really remarkable. Oh, I want to tell you guys a story. Again, since our friendship was a farce, according to Hasan, when he came in here for the first show, He immediately said to me and everybody, you guys can say you don't remember it or say nothing. He says, avoid Destiny. He's the worst person alive. Don't talk about Destiny. Don't think about Destiny.
Oh, I'm so glad he's saying this. Hassan does this on every show that he goes on. He tried to blacklist me like super, or he did, I guess, once he got bigger than me doing the 90-day fiance shit. He would do this everywhere he goes. People always call me paranoid on this shit, but he does. He absolutely does this. When he goes on shows and shit, he'll tell them, like, we don't cover Destiny, we don't talk about Destiny, we don't do anything with him. You can't talk to him or I'll stop associating with. Like, he does this shit fucking everywhere. Yeah.
Destiny's the monster. He gave like a whole like prepared 5-minute speech about how ignore Destiny and like just poisoning the well. Be like, Destiny's the worst person in the world. Don't talk about him. Don't give him any attention. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? It kind of threw me off guard because I was like, I don't think about Destiny ever. But now I'm kind of curious.
If Destiny was my roommate, I'd get him late all the time.
You know?
Jesus.
Ethan literally covered the essay scandal. I mean, like, immediately. Yeah. Covered it. Immediately. Who's Destiny? Is he talking about... Destiny is such the most ridiculous name for a streamer. It still surprised me. Somebody, I think it was Jesse Lee Peterson. That's the guy.
Yeah.
He said Destiny. Isn't that a stripper's name? Or
No,
something
no.
like that?
That's a girl's name.
Stripper's name.
It's so crazy. No, it's a girl's name.
Somebody said it's like a stripper name.
Maybe somebody else said that.
You okay?
No, I'm not gay.
You don't look gay.
No, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what gay looks like, but it's not me.
Okay, is that it? I love real Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. Do you remember when Trump was truthing? And he was like, where is Elon Musk? Why isn't he here at Mar-a-Lago? Oh my God, dude. You're the reason Hassan is deathly afraid of debate now. Same reason Vosh blacklisted you after getting trashed 2 debates in a row. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Whatever.
Denims. Get a load of this dumbass. What a stupid fucking dumb bitch. Holy shit. Yeah, that's defamation. Straight up, man. Okay, first of all, she's a fucking bitch. Shame on you. Fuck you. Here's a Hassan orbiter Denims. You guys might not know who she is because she's
With like
mostly irrelevant. This is a disgusting human being. She's a vile fucking piece of shit. And yes, she is a fucking bitch. That's a fucking bitch of a person. She is earning the coveted distinction of being a fucking bitch. I have decreed. Let it be known that Denims is a dumb fucking bitch. What a vile fucking human being.
Jesus.
Hey guys, I think I pissed off Ethan Klein. He hasn't had a lot of nice things to say about me since the incident.
45,000 live viewers, by the way. 45,000 views. She had like 45,000 live viewers.
So yeah, I got around 45,000 viewers covering Ethan Klein's content nuke on Hassan. The video was pretty terrible overall, and I think anyone that wasn't sure before is completely certain now that Ethan has become a shell of his former self. I mean, shit, I used to watch this guy in high school.
I wish I could memory zap my face after watching this shit.
Now, this video wasn't going to cover the whole manifesto because, well, I already did that on my stream, but I did want to respond to some of the clips of me that I've seen floating around. Before we get to those clips, I wanted to address Ethan and anyone else that might have noticed that I was silent or sometimes needed to control myself to make sure I didn't laugh.
Once again, speechless?
You're my girl. Bro.
Nothing to say, girl! Say something. Nothing to say? What's funny about that? Nothing to say? No comment?
I can't.
No comment! No comment. That's amazing.
The problem is that Ethan is lying. It's obvious to anyone that knows anything about the topic before going into the video, and it's also obvious to Ethan. I'm silent trying to control myself because...
Okay, hopefully there will be something in here, okay? I haven't pre-watched this, but like all of this back and forth has just turned into a big drama because Hassan just won't respond with substance to anything that Ethan said. Like Ethan's video was there any drama in it? I feel like it was just all basically about Hassan's political positions relating to supporting terrorism. And I guess you could argue that the interpersonal stuff between him and Ethan and Hassan letting his viewer base like character assassinate Ethan over and over again, maybe it was drama, but like nobody in any of these things, but maybe Denims will hear, who knows? Let's see if we actually see some substantive responses to anything that Ethan said in any of the video. Let's see.
because I honestly cannot believe that the Ethan Klein isn't afraid to make such a dishonest video. In each clip, I am holding out in the hopes that he brings it back or explains himself, and each time he never did. He literally just leaves in flat out lies. And if you don't already believe me, let me show you. The first clip is about a Sneeko fan that harassed Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein says in his video that this was because of Hassan. The clip is supposed to be me saying...
Like, is this what we're going after? Is whether or not that guy was a Hassan fan or an Ethan fan? Is that's what we're fighting over?
That this is obviously a Sneeko fan, and then being dumbstruck when he's proven to be a Hassan fan, but he's not. Ethan is lying. Let's watch the clip from his stream.
45,000 people and nobody's got a problem. Watch this one.
Fuck, bro, you're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist. Bro. You look like a fucking rapist, Ethan.
Is she horrified by what he said, or she's like, got him?
Feel better for you.
Okay, can I just say really quickly, it's very obvious from the way that guy's talking he's a Sneeko fan. Like, that's very clear Sneeko lexicon. Can we just be honest for just 2 seconds?
Let's be honest,
like,
finally,
be real.
please.
Wallahi, that is not.
What, Allahi?
No.
What does that mean?
Wallahi, I swear.
Oh, I swear. Okay, good. She swears.
Oh my God, bro, I love you, Hassan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so sorry.
I love you, bro.
Once again,
I have to
speechless?
You're my hero, bro.
Nothing to say, girl.
You're the coolest guy.
Here's the, you just went a whole fucking, you just grandstand on how he's obviously just must not be a fan of Hasan. And like, how could she sit there so stupid and smug? Oh my God.
Again, Ethan is lying. His proof isn't proof at all. The first time this guy shows up during this stream, it happens 15 minutes earlier when he meets Hassan's crew. Notice he doesn't react when they say they're going to find Hasan.
What are you guys doing? What kind of content?
We're just reading. Just live stream.
Oh, live stream?
Yeah.
Good. I'm just like, I'm a content creator too, bro.
Yeah, sure.
I do content. So you're just literally live right now?
Yeah. Yes.
How many viewers?
Like, what is this? Okay, are those facial expressions she makes real, or are they totally exaggerated to look fake? No, she exaggerates fucking. She never used to do this shit. You guys remember, she used to stream, like, a long time, right? Like, yeah. This is all just, like, kind of like acting for stream, basically.
You? Yeah. What, 30?
Probably more than 30.
I would say more than 30. Dude, guys, my YouTube channel is @dating&money. Please subscribe. @dating&money. I talk about Palestine
Dating and
on there.
money.
Yeah.
Dating and money.
I talk about Palestine on there.
Okay, hell yeah.
Okay.
I want to find his son.
Okay.
Where is this guy?
Where'd he go? Yeah.
But yeah, just type in and then dating and money, guys.
Just listen, chat. Do not fucking go to dating and money. Chat. You better stay here. Do not go to that. We can't afford to lose any more viewers. Hassan has fallen on hard times. You know this.
Now, the clip from Ethan's nuke, which happens 15 minutes later.
Oh my God, bro, I love you, Hassan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so sorry.
I love you, bro. I have to interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you.
This one is pretty ridiculous on its face, so I'll just leave it there. But here are some of the nice things this guy had to say about Hasan and me on his Twitter. You know the difference between you and Hasan?
What?
Hasan and me. Oh, this is a mean thing towards Hasan, I guess? Okay. Although this is February 1st. This was just like 6 days ago, so he also could have changed, right? These are all within like the past, like, wait, every single one of these is within the past like 5 days. Okay. All right.
This guy had to say about Hasan and me on his Twitter. You know the difference between you and Hasan?
What?
Not Nasrallah. The difference between Ethan, the difference between you and Hasan Piker?
Yes, but please tell me. So insightful.
He never.
I don't deny rape. I don't support terrorists. I don't lie and gaslight and manipulate my audience.
The second clip is about a stream Hasan did reacting to Hassan Nasrallah. The accusation is that Hasan supports Nasrallah, and I made a fool out of myself by saying that that wasn't true, only to be immediately proven wrong. Let's watch. He never said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
Right.
You explicitly said Gallant was a good guy.
Right, exactly, of course. Invented the legend of the Nazi atrocities.
I don't have an issue with that.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen. Listen. You have to remember something, okay? A lot of these...
No comment. That's amazing.
Here's my comment. Hasan is reading a chat message. Yes, seriously. He goes on to explain that the reason the chatter might find himself agreeing with him is that Nasrallah is well educated.
You have to remember something, okay? A lot of these dudes... You see them in their fucking fits, and you hear about like some of their attitudes about like gay people, for example, and you immediately fucking resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing that these motherfuckers are better read than you by a million. You might not agree with his methods, but ultimately, this motherfucker has read a shit ton of books.
Okay, I thought those two clips were fun, but the next clip is a little bit more serious. Before we get into it, a quick palate cleanser. You'll notice when we get to the next clip, Ethan Klein put a banner labeling me as an ex-Destiny orbiter. He's doing this to distract from the fact that he's currently orbiting Destiny.
Hasan and his community.
What does orbiter mean? Me and Ethan have never interacted publicly a single time. Privately, I think we traded one message on October. It was after like Hassan's chat was fucking unhinged, I think, because somebody in my community had like made some compilation or whatever. But we traded literally one message over a year ago. Like,
he's desperate to link me to Destiny, someone who I don't even know. They claim that he like ghost wrote my video, that he's my favorite creator.
I wonder why people might think that. For one, Ethan uses Destiny subreddit as a source for his stream. Here's him doing it in October, and here's him explaining why he got the Frogan section of his video wrong.
Here, it's right here.
Oh,
right here. Right at the top. Frogan Rising Star 2024. Right here. What even is this post from? Is it even from Destiny subreddit?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's the post.
Yes,
so that's the post. So that is where I found it. And like, I'll admit that was sloppy.
But really, we could also just ask Destiny. Here's what he had to say on October 22nd, the day after Ethan Klein got caught browsing a subreddit.
I know it wouldn't look good for Ethan to publicly do anything with you, but if you reach out on private at all, well, I privately reach out a ton, of course. Why do you think I've been off stream so much? Just a week. I'm like scripting these videos. But publicly, I mean, it's difficult to associate with him because Hassan is just going to accuse me of like mind basically, right?
If Ethan Klein is willing to lie about all this other stuff, what else is he willing to lie about?
Like the thing that bothers me too, and like this is like all into the meeting vibe we're in. Oh man, bro. We just need to find some good tunes, and we just need to Factorio out for a week. the thing that's like so annoying is that because you guys think this is an own, but actually it isn't. Like she knows that she's lying, and I think like even half the audience might even know that it's a lie, but I think that they'll probably just say it anyway because nobody. It's just all of this is just like theater. Like you guys are saying she took the bait. I don't think she did take. I think she's like, oh, this is a good clip. It's like all of this is just like so disgusting.
I never fucked Destiny.
Anyways, on to the final clip.
Very good. Go from believe all women to Pixar didn't happen. The vast majority of people, if not all, who were raped were murdered on the spot.
Here's the thing, though. We are believing the women who come forward and talk about their sexual abuse or experiences. I'm not going to believe fucking Biden when he tells me that everybody's getting raped.
Like that didn't come from Biden. That came from the Special Rapporteur for Women's Rights and Sexual Violence, or whatever, from the United Nations. But okay.
That's insane. You realize that that's insane, right?
Yeah. Obviously.
Dam Goldstein Almog was kidnapped from her home on October 7th by Hamas terrorists and was held captive for 51 days. Though only 17 years old, she witnessed the murder of her father and sister on that day and is now speaking out about what she witnessed in Gaza as well in a new documentary by Sheryl Sandberg, Screams Before Silence. In new footage, Agam reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life as a hostage in Gaza.
Doesn't matter if rapes happened on October 7th.
Hassan, maybe you would like to call her a liar. Please, go right ahead.
Doesn't matter if rapes happened on October 7th.
There are dozens of testimonies from witnesses, most of who were in hiding and heard or saw it What's the problem, fucking bitch? Did you not hear what they said? You respect women? Why are you calling them liars? How fucking cool is that? Say something. You just said you believe victims, but here's a victim right now, a woman, telling you this happened, and you're smiling? How do you disprove firsthand testimony? She goes, I wouldn't believe it unless it was firsthand. Here's a 17-year-old whose family was murdered in front of her, and she was kidnapped for 50 days and continually raped while being in captivity. Nothing to say? Nothing? You're not going to acknowledge what just happened?
I will acknowledge what just happened. This woman who you claimed was continually raped in captivity did not claim to have been raped. In fact, when she was...
Oh my God. Is she going to try to pivot this to... Because I don't think that particular woman... I don't know if she claimed that she'd been raped. I think it was inappropriate or harassed, or they tried to ask her to be her wife or something. I don't remember if she claimed that she was raped in that video or not.
Released from captivity, she had this to say.
ואז אחד מהם היה צעיר, עשה איתי הורדת ידיים אבל הוא הביא מגבת, כדי לא... כי אסור לו לגעת בי. אישה היא מאוד... אישה היא קדושה שם. אישה היא מלכה. היו עושים לי שיחות איך לשמור על אגם. הסברנו להם שגם אצלנו לפעמים כן יש שלאדם יכול להיות חבר, או יכולים להיות לה כמה חברים לפני שהיא תתחתן, אני אפילו מעודדת את זה, שהיא תתנסה, שהיא תכיר, לפני שהיא אצלה מוסד הנישואים, אבל היינו מתאמתים על זה.
Later, she did a different interview for a documentary, which is what Ethan put on the screen. In that interview, she says that at least half the hostages she spoke to said they were sexually assaulted.
Wait, what does Denims think she's proving with this point? Like, I can go and find this full interview, but it sounds to me like is she trying to say that like the terrorists were being friends to the women? Because if they're trying to be quote unquote friendly to them, it's just so that they can marry them and then fuck them, because then it wouldn't be considered rape. Like, what do we... Oh, hold on, there's a link in chat, hold on.
שלאדם יכול להיות חבר, או יכולים להיות לה כמה חברים לפני שהיא תתחתן, אני אפילו מעודדת את זה, שהיא תתנסה, שהיא תכיר, לפני שהיא אצלה מוסד הנישואים, אבל היינו מתאמתים על זה.
Later, she did a different interview for a documentary, which is what Ethan put on the screen. In that interview, she says that at least half the hostages she spoke to said they were sexually assaulted. At no point did she claim that anything had happened to her, and to my knowledge so far, no hostages have given first-hand accounts of being sexually assaulted in captivity.
כל פעם שפגשתי מישהו היה לפחות מישהי או מישהו אחד שחוו התעללות מינית והתעללות פיזית.
Now, other women have also claimed that while they weren't victims themselves, they spoke to others that were. Asking people to believe secondhand accounts that changed with no explanation is insane.
So some of these women are probably dead, and other people aren't going to name names because they're still being held hostage. Like, are we being serious right now?
I take issue with other people manipulating these women's horrific experiences to fit their narratives. I've said countless times that in any military, paramilitary, or terrorist attack, there will unfortunately be sexual abuse.
Okay.
American troops have been found guilty of this countless times over the past few decades.
Countless times? Is that true? I'm sure it has happened before, but like, even if we go to like the worst example of this, which I believe would probably be Abu Ghraib, right? In Iraq, right? Hold on, let me check. It wasn't Afghanistan. In Iraq, yeah. Even that wasn't just straight out like raping women to rape women. That was like sexual torture, abuse. It was bad. I'm not saying it was good at all, but like this was like, and also our people got caught and held accountable for it. I don't know what the full extent of the accountability was, but like that's the biggest one that I'm familiar with. But countless times in the last few decades, countless times, really, countless.
I have to believe that there was sexual abuse on October 7th. I will also always believe victims who come forward to talk about their sexual abuse. I stand by that. But you don't care about victims, Ethan, because if you did, you wouldn't make up lies just to push your anti-Muslim Arab bias. What bias?
Anti-Muslim Arab. Oh my God, that's so cringe. Okinawa has a huge issue right now with U.S. soldiers raping locals. I've heard this, but I've heard like back and forth accounts of this. I just haven't done any research on that. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard some people say that that is overblown, and then I've heard other people say that the U.S. tries to hide it. And then I don't know what the truth is to that.
Bias? This bias.
I do, on the other hand, acknowledge that, like, I think per capita, a lot of the weird terrorism and crimes and shit, I mean, there's definitely some strong thread of violence through the Muslim community, or Arab Muslims to be more specific.
Anyways, that's the video, and in case Ethan doesn't want to watch it, here are my thoughts straight from his mouth.
I'm not watching the video. What's the virtue in that? Literally, if you want to know what's my opinion, just watch the video. I went through great, he goes, he's not political, and he's a idiot. Good, that's why I took my time to tightly articulate my thoughts into a video, as concise as it can be. It's long, because obviously I had a lot to say. And I think this stuff isn't so simple, which is why you need like
14 minutes
to say what I wanted to say. It's not simply something that you can convey so easily. And that you're not watching the video. And that's somehow virtuous, that you're being a coward. You are literally being a coward, and that's virtuous in his community. Like, what are we talking about? How does his audience let him get away with this? I mean, yeah, sure, I apologize and acknowledgement when I'm wrong. I love Destiny.
Okay. Good one.
This is a 17-year-old whose family was murdered in front of her, and she was kidnapped for 50 days and continually raped while being in captivity. Nothing to say? Nothing? You're not going to fucking acknowledge what just happened?
I will acknowledge what just happened. This woman who you claimed was continually raped in captivity did not claim to have been raped.
כל פעם שפגשתי מישהו היה לפחות מישהי או מישהו אחד שחוו התעללות מינית והתעללות פיזית. כמעט, כאילו חצי מהם.
In that interview, she says that at least half the hostages she spoke to said they were sexually assaulted. At no point did she claim that anything had happened to her, and to my knowledge so far, no hostages have given first-hand accounts of being sexually assaulted in captivity.
Minda.
I remember thinking, now is the moment. Something, what you thought about is gonna happen. And then I remember I turned around. He was standing with his gun, and the gun was pointed out at me, and he was huffing and breathing heavily, and he had a face like a monster, like a beast, like this. So I stood up and held a blanket, a small blanket, to cover myself, and he came towards me and just pointed the gun really hard at my forehead, screaming at me, take it off, and punching me, until I could not hold the towel anymore. And he started touching me, and I resisted, and then he dragged me to the bedroom. And then he forced me to commit a sexual act on him.
No hostages have given first-hand accounts of being sexually assaulted in captivity.
Okay, how can this be in the same video? It's almost like she didn't watch it at all. Okay, well. Why is Ethan going over there?
Yeah, I just don't know what any of that was.
Oh, no.
He's back.
People
Why?
included white people.
Jesus.
A nation of non-whites that dominated that
Bro,
nation.
just answer the fucking question. Holy shit, it's annoying me.
But no, hold on. Yeah, but so if in any included white people, then in that
This is like when I was like, isn't this fucked up? This guy was like gloating about Hamas killing concert goers. He's like, well, you have to understand, you know, if you go back to, this didn't start in 1948. And so actually, you know, I can't judge anybody for killing civilians if it's Hamas. Or I don't know. More obviously convoluted than that.
hypothetical scenario, I would consider that racism.
Okay, but how about Hassan? You can't be racist towards the majority?
No, you can still be racist towards the majority. There are plenty of, I mean, maybe not racist, but you can still be discriminatory towards the majority.
Prejudice does not
People
equal being
think that
racist.
race mixing is actually displacing white people because they care about whiteness. Whiteness is not something that you should be caring about at all. And if black people were not marginalized, they wouldn't care about blackness as a concept either.
Okay, everyone go buy Hassan's book, Reina.
There's a difference between being prejudiced and being racist.
I want to hear Reina's, Emia.
Yeah, I don't know if I even
The payoff is good. Trust me, it's fantastic. Stand by.
disagree with Hassan or agree because I'm having a hard time like understanding the point, so I don't really know what to argue for.
This is before he had hordes of simps that would just like prop him up. I feel like he also talks the same way now, and if you say something like that, then the chat is like, you need to stop talking and listen. It's time to listen. Sit down and listen, sweetie. Yeah. Also, his voice is way higher pitch. If we're talking, isn't it? If we're gonna be talking about faking the voice thing here.
Yeah.
You know, systemic racism. Bro, talk like this. Bro, you don't even have a bro.
I think, okay, there are two different types of racism that people talk about, and they often get conflated, okay? So the question is, can you be racist towards...
Oh, wait, I missed it. So they bring Destiny in.
Or agree because I'm having a hard time like understanding the point, so I don't really know what to argue for.
I think, okay, there are two different types of racism that people talk about, and they often get conflated, okay? So the question is, can you be racist towards majority people? Under the definition that we typically work with, like, I guess, like in, I don't want to say like in academia or sociologically, we would say no. Minority people can't usually exercise like any sort of oppressive racism towards the majority people. And the reason why is because we consider racism to be prejudice plus power. If every black person in the United States today was like, fuck white people, it wouldn't really affect us much because white people are more socioeconomically privileged, because we have more businesses, we have more representation in Congress, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas if you're a majority power person and you can be oppressive towards a minority class person, like by virtue of them being minority class, like by that virtue alone, they're already typically disadvantaged in American society. So when we say like, can somebody be racist against somebody under like, I guess like the common vernacular of like, could somebody hate somebody because of their skin color? Of course, anybody can do that. But when we start like analyzing society, we look at like meaningful demonstrations of racism. So for instance, like the criminal justice system or economic disadvantages, right? In these ways, minority people can't really exercise racism against majority people because they don't really have the status or the power in society in order to do so.
I have to say,
beautifully explained.
Yeah, really beautifully explained. I got to say, I can see why Hassan is intimidated and hates him so much, but you'll see here.
Like, I wish Destiny could just come in at the beginning and give us the right answer right away instead of making us wait.
So we didn't have to list a fucking Hassan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel
like we have the cheat sheet right here.
Honestly, like,
it's funny because like the only
it's
way
such a fucking retarded thing to say. Like, I'm sorry, but like,
Ableist.
if you can't comprehend the
Consistently ableist he is.
fucking shit that I'm saying,
you said
it's
the
on
R
you,
word.
okay? I'm doing as best as I'm doing.
Hey,
as best
yeah,
as I
Wes,
can
you
over
said
here.
the R
Wes,
word.
He literally said the exact same thing that I just said. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking
You can
about?
say retard on Twitch. Zeta Poppin says it all the time.
Fuck Twitch then.
No, wait, relax. Hey, come on now.
Can you believe this crybaby built an audience? Like, what a joke. There is no reason for this guy to be successful at all. Like, hello, if this dude looked like, just, you know, I say me because I don't want to insult anyone else. You know, he wouldn't survive this. He'd be a laughing stock.
Jesus. Okay. Are we good? Do I need to watch that?